Hello, welcome to another thrilling episode of Prog Review, and today we have an oddity in the shape of warm dust, and so it came to pass. Again, depending on which discography you look at, this is their debut, but it might not be. This might be their second album. Wikipedia page says it's their debut, and Discog says it's their second album. It says 1970 here. It says not. So yeah, I'm going to go with this is their debut. God damn it, debut. And it goes to show that sometimes you can have all the ingredients right, but the recipe just is wrong. Yeah. They Warm Dust were well, they say they're progressive. There's elements in a progressive. They say there's jazz. We're not really hearing the jazz. I say put them more in the blues rock camp. Interesting. Why are they interesting? Because Paul Carrack is a member. Poundshot Phil Collins went on to be in. Was he in Sad Cafe? I don't know. Maybe I got that wrong. But he was in Mike and the Mechanics. I know that was a thing. And God, he was with Roxy Music, wasn't he, for a bit? But yeah, I'm mistaking him for someone else with the Sad Cafe thing. But it's with Squeeze and oh God, lots of people. Why did I think Sad Cafe? Why have I got that in my mind? I don't know. These things happen. But anyway, back to where we're going. And Tex Corner, Tex Corner, Coma, Tex. What's his name? Tex. Look at what it says on the inside. Coma, Terry Coma. Went on to form Ace. There's a band. No one's heard of them either. And Paul Carrack was in that band too. There you go. So Ace. There we go. But we're back on track. So yeah, there was an odd one. I picked this one up because Paul Carrack was on it. That's the only reason why. And this is a reissue. There they are. There they are. And I'll show you the vinyl just to stall for time. I'm stalling. For this was reissued on beautiful yellow, piss yellow vinyl there. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, they're an odd bunch because this is a double album, and the problem with it, right? The problem is the complete lack of focus. They're a band who can obviously. I can't get it back in the thing. Look, it's not going back in. It's one of those records where the do you ever get that with some records where the sleeves just refuse to go back in? Get a bit of coaxing. Sometimes got to coax it in. You know what I'm saying, lads? You just got to coax it in. Sometimes use your thumb. So yeah, I mean, this is they're six piece, isn't it? Yeah, 6-piece. Alan Solomon, Terry Coma, Dave Pepper, Dransfield Walker. What a great name. He's the lead vocalist. Paul Carrack and John Sergey. They are, well, again, it's more of a sax flute infused group with lots of keyboards. Guitar is there's not a lot of guitar evident on this. But yeah, I mean, again, they're all really great players, and I like some of the flute and sax stuff on here because you think, oh, that reminds me of so and so, this, that, and the other. But it goes on; it's incredibly meandering, and with the right producer, the right person, just coaxing them along, could have produced a much better album. And when you hear this, you think, there's a reason why certain bands do well and certain bands don't, and again, obviously, in the case of Paul Carrack and Terry Coma, they obviously had some modicum of talent because they went on to do other things. So yeah, it's not that they can't play, but maybe they play too much. And this is a double. This is a double album. And by the end of it, because there's a lot of that keyboard, riffing, that they do, and there's a lot of there's certain phrases, there's certain phraseology that they do, musical phrases that they repeat over and over again to the point where you think, enough already, we've done that. But saying that, there is some nice flute and saxophone playing on this. So, I think again, if they'd have gone in there with a pair of scissors and cut it back, and really knocked the songs into shape, rather than being obsessed with just going and riffing and, too much. There's that saying that writing a good 3-minute pop song is a lot harder than doing a noodly 20-minute epic, and that's evident on this because they're just allowed to run riot and riff, and that's the real issue with it. The vocalist is an interesting chap. He's got a really great voice. Sometimes it kind of verges almost into like John Wetton vocals, but then he becomes obsessed with that that kind of blues enunciation, which I'm not too keen on. That's the problem with this record. It veers too far into the blues, and blues prog never really caught on. They needed to go, the other way, and so that's where it kind of gets up. There's even a boogie woogie number on here where they go full Jules Holland on it. They go full Jules Holland. No, you never go full Jules Holland and go boogie woogie, and you go not the boogie woogie. You can boogie, but always leave out the woogie. Nobody wants the woogie, but we all like a good boogie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So it's a curiosity. I'm going to recommend you check it out, because you can hear that, with the right editing, with the right producer, they could have produced a really good, memorable album, but instead it ends up drowning under its own weight. It's just, there's so much of it, and a lot of it feels very repetitive, and they needed someone to say no, stop, leave that off, put that in, change that around. But that's where it fails as an album. There was 2 more albums, Peace in Our Time, which according to Wikipedia is their second album, but according to Discogs is their first album. And there is a third album called Warm Dust, which is pretty tricky to get. I think you can get it on CD. And they say there's a fourth album called Dreams of Impossibility. That's funny, because I only thought there was 3. Oh well, there you go. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page there. But do check them out. Because you can see where some of these bands get it completely wrong, and they're a band that, again, who have talent, who can play, but just get it wrong. It's just completely and utterly wrong, and that's that. But there are some nice little bits in it which you go, if they'd have just kept that and dumped all the riffing, just kept that and tightened that up, good album. But it's a good example of what not to do when putting out is it jazz, progressive rock, jazz? I don't know, but I like the cover as well. I think the cover's kind of fun. That amuses me. If you can, I'm sure it's probably on YouTube or whatnot. Do give them a listen, and you'll go, oh my god, they don't know when to stop. In terms of a rating, oh man, how would I rate this? Because there is some parts of it that I really thought were all right. I felt a lot of sympathy. I thought, yes, I like that. But then they go crazy, because again, Wash My Eyes is 14 minutes long on side D, and it came to pass 10 minutes. Turbulence, the first track, 11 minutes. And a lot of these tracks could be cut back and cut down, but I think, again, when they say they're progressive, that means we go on a lot. We don't have to go on a bit, but check it out. Yes, that's it. My name's been Darren. I've been talking about Warm Dust featuring Paul Carrack. There you go. Do explore. do explore. You know, I know some of you like the more obscure stuff. I don't know. I think there's a reason why this stuff's obscure. You know, that's the reason why I'm a cult. I said cult. So that's that. Thanks for watching. My name's Darren. There's only one more thing left to say by now. We all know what that is, and that is Prog on.